What's the deal with these guards in San Antonio, fellas? Because we got way too many guards going on here. I know Vassell can technically play the 3, but he's really more of a 2. So you have Vassell, you have Harper, you have Stephon Castle. Now you have De'Aaron Fox. We did have Chris Paul, but thankfully Chris Paul left. So what exactly is the deal? Who's getting the minutes here? All right, GMLB family, welcome back to another episode of Good Morning Let's Basketball. I am your host, Mike Miles, and to my right, that's Big Macedonia and GMLB's Chief of Security. That's Main Event Kev. Kevin, what's up? Wee!
What's up, man?
What was that?
That's how excited I am. I locked the new noise. You did leave out a part of my intro that I input into the doc, and now I'm upset.
Unfortunately, we did not make a doc for this episode, so I forgot.
No, that's the new name for season 4.
Yeah, we'll keep that on lock for a little bit. Also on my right, as you just heard, that is the self-proclaimed podcast Equilibrium and the viral Dunkin' barista. That's Daniel. Daniel, what's up?
How we doing, y'all? That's all I want to add today.
Bro's keeping it low profile. Above me, that is the founder and the brains of the whole operation. That's Vic. Vic, what's up?
Board man gets paid.
That's true. That's true. GMLB family, we got actually not too much to talk about. We're kind of in that moment of the offseason where things kind of died down a little bit. So what we're talking about today, the best team in Texas. We got 3 of them. The Spurs, the Mavs, and the Rockets. We're going to discuss which one is the best going into next season, and then after that, we do have an interactive game where Victor has brought tweets from NBA players, popular tweets, and we're going to blind rank them on a list. So let's just get right into it. Who wants to start? Which team do we want to talk about first? I'll let you guys pick, whichever one you want.
I'm gonna go with the dark horse of this conversation. You guys know I like my sleepers. I think the dark horse and the biggest sleeper is going to be San Antonio. I don't think they can be better than the other 2, but I think they can be right in the middle. But I'm anticipating them to be 3rd, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Ceiling is in the middle.
Yeah.
Expectation is 3rd. For the sake of they're young and they're not as talented, dare I say not as talented as the other 2 teams. Feel like those other 2 teams, Houston and Dallas, are definitely more win now than the Spurs are. Now, ask me this question in 4 years, and it's going to be the complete opposite. But San Antonio lost Chris Paul. That's a big loss. I'm kidding. But I did definitely want to kick it off with the Spurs. You know, any chance we get to glaze Wemby for an hour, part 3 or whatever part we're on, we're going to take it. There's a lot of expectations for this team this year, especially for me. So I'm excited to see them have a full year together and hopefully have everyone back. Is Wemby starting the season? Is there any update on his health? I have not seen anything. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Are you guessing?
No.
It
literally just came out like a couple weeks ago or maybe a couple days ago. I remember seeing this. Miles, you probably have it.
Yeah, Yahoo Sports. The San Antonio Spurs expect Victor Wembanyama to be healthy enough to play by the start of next season. So I don't think he's technically... Oh, he has been fully cleared to resume basketball. No, that was... Was he out for deep vein thrombosis? Is that still what he... Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's what it was.
Yeah, in the shoulder.
Man, that seems like a really long time ago. But yeah, he's been fully cleared to resume basketball activities. That was July 14th. That came out. Today is the 22nd. So he should be good to go by the start of the season.
No, he'll be back for sure. And I think I can't remember. They might have had De'Aaron Fox for maybe 1 to 3 games while Wemby was there. They barely got to play with each other. So next season's going to be their first time like getting acclimated with each other and getting that team chemistry, and they're gonna have Dylan Harper in the mix as well. Stephon Castle's probably gonna be coming off the bench. From what the starting lineup says right now, it looks like it's going to be De'Aaron Fox at the 1, Dylan Harper at the 2, Vassell at the 3, Barnes at the 4, and Wemby at the 5.
I don't like that. I think Stephon Castle had way too good of a year to be moved to the bench for a rookie who, like, yeah, him and Ace Bailey were, like, great at Rutgers, but, like, they didn't win anything. Like, they kind of just, like, went out there and hooped. Like, they didn't even make the tournament. Like, Stephon Castle's a college national champion. This guy knows how to play a role and also play winning hoops. Got drafted to the perfect team. I would really hate to see him get moved to the bench for Dylan Harper.
Yeah.
He's also the rookie of the year.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I agree with Kevin. It's like, why? I don't think, I mean, yes, it says this on ESPN, but there's no way this is what they're going to roll out at the start of the season, unfortunately.
But these are projections. So, yeah, like, it's not final, but
yeah. That's
it's
what
probably
I'm
as
saying.
close. It's probably as close as we can get in the off season as right now.
So off the bench, let's say Stephon Castle starts. They'll have Harper. They'll have who else is
Champagny,
off the bench?
Keldon Johnson,
Champagny,
Luke
Sohan.
Cornett, Sohan.
Luke Cornett is there now. Oh my God.
So is Kelly Olynyk. I'm just now seeing this. I must have missed this whenever this happened. But Kelly Olynyk's
And
there.
Yeah, he's
Charles
signed.
Ba- Charles
and Harrison
Bassey.
Barnes went where?
Harrison Barnes is still there. He starts.
He's the starter.
Why'd I thought he'd get traded? Oh my God.
Yeah, GMLB family, we haven't done the best job of of tracking off-season trades. We need to do a who he play for. That's what we'll chalk up for next episode because that'll be a fun one considering the off-season.
Actually, Kevin, I'm curious. When you said you rank them third, where would you rank the other teams? I know it's like early, but I'm just curious where you would rank them on.
I'll give that rank when we get to him.
Gatekeeping for real.
Fair enough. But okay, so you said though, if you have them, you said they were the sleeper and they're going to rank 3. So I guess that means like, I would assume the other 2 teams you would have lower than that though.
Huh?
What are you talking about, man?
Buddy,
No.
if they're ranked third, they're the lowest.
How many Texas
Oh,
teams you think we're talking about here?
So you're ranking them out of okay, that's what I thought. I didn't know if you were ranking like if you were guessing their conference or like the Western Conference rankings or not. Okay, never mind.
What?
Okay.
Like
I'm not following.
let's
I thought you were saying the Spurs were third in the Western Conference, and then I was asking, so where do you rank the other 2 Texas teams above or below that in the Western Conference? But it didn't come out that way.
Okay.
Now I'm
Fair.
following.
Fair. We're covered.
Anyways, Keldon Johnson's name, I feel like, has been like brought up in trade talks so often. I wonder if this is the year they finally do something with him. It wasn't long ago this dude almost averaged like 20 points in a season. That was like in the twilight years when the Spurs were just garbage. But like the guy can play. He was really good for them last year, but like, man, I feel like if anyone gets bounced, it's probably him and Vassell. If they do make a trade.
Yeah.
Or they've
Barnes.
already made so many, or Barnes too. At this point, I don't even know who's going to take them. Maybe Sacramento. But like, I could see them probably making a move by the trade deadline if things aren't going how they were hoping them to. And I feel like Keldon, Barnes, and Vassell will probably be top 3 guys whose names are getting thrown in the hat.
I mean, I think that I've seen from the Spurs team that I like is ever since they drafted Wemby, they've been firing on all assets for trying to build pieces around them. They haven't missed a beat or slowed down. You see a lot of teams, they'll just draft one of their draft one of their top guys that's a lottery pick and then just kind of stay with that team and not really build around them. But I think the Spurs are doing a pretty good job building around Wemby. And I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do because I know they said they wanted to accelerate this rebuild. And I think that it included adding KD at one point, which I'm glad they kind of didn't do. But
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because you can't piss this dude away. you cannot just scrap what you have in this guy right now. It also, like, shout out to Kurt Signetti, IU legend. One of my favorite quotes he's ever said: "Why rebuild? Let's just win now."
Makes it
And
sound
that's
so
what the squad
simple.
For him, it is.
It really
For him,
was.
It really was. He turned
really
around
was.
that bum football team to the college football playoff, like, at the snap of a finger.
Yeah.
So, like, it's possible. It's been done. It could definitely be done in the league.
Yeah. Jumping back to Keldon Johnson, he did take a minutes cut last season. It's been a progressive, like, role decrease from San Antonio's organization. I don't know if that was a Popovich decision, which, I mean, it probably was. I'm assuming it was. But I was fully expecting Keldon Johnson to be moved from this team this offseason by now, especially. Honestly, like, by the deadline last year. But it looks like they kind of diminished his value. I mean, his best season was 2022. He's putting up 22 points in 33 minutes. I mean, pretty efficient. Not the greatest efficiency, but he's only averaging 13 points right now. Last season, he was averaging 15, 5, and 3. Now he's 13, 4, and 1. So I know stats don't tell the whole story here, but the minutes restriction, or the restricted minutes, whatever you want to call that, it's definitely affected his play. So I don't know. Maybe they like him in that bench role. He did play the most games of his career, I believe, last season at 77 games. So maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised he's still here.
He honestly just might be better for them in that bench role because now they have Castle, now they have Fox, drafted Dylan Harper for whatever reason. And, like, him coming off the bench, if he's able to come off the bench and give them a consistent 15, maybe even bump it up a couple more, that's perfect. I think they should definitely keep him at that point, assuming he's able to, like, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know how the guy is on defense. But we'll say it's serviceable. That's a good thing to say when you don't know about a player because no one ever just calls someone serviceable. You say that when you don't know how they are. Anyways, if he can keep that up, I think they should keep him because he's a solid player. Unless they can flip him for, like, another decent forward, I say they should do that. So I feel like that's kind of where they lack right now.
Yeah. I'm just wondering what the return looks like for a Keldon Johnson trade. Like, who is a good forward they could get? Like Derrick Jones Jr.?
I say they can package him. They can package him, Vassell, and, like, somebody else for or maybe, like, a pick for Jalen Johnson from Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
They need that prototype. They need that prototype at the forward. That's what we look for.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
He'd be perfect for that team.
You think?
I don't know if Atlanta would do that.
I don't think they would either, but I think he would fit San Antonio really well. Lanky forward. He can defend. His offense has just taken an insane jump. Spaced the floor perfectly with Wemby there. I think he'd fit super well in San Antonio.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. You definitely swung for the fences more than I was going to. Yeah, I was thinking, like, Derrick Jones Jr. or, like, maybe even, like, Josh Green in a role like that, but I don't know. Josh Green and, like, another role player back from Charlotte. But, yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think another position that they could upgrade is a backup center.
Hold on. What's wrong with Luke Cornett?
I just
That's
feel
a
like they can get a back. I feel like they could get better.
That's a good backup. Who?
They used to have Zach Collins. I felt like that was a really good backup center.
Cornett is better than Zach Collins. I'm sorry.
I
really
do
rather
think
have
Zach Collins.
I do think Cornett's better than Zach Collins, but I feel like they're so strong at center right now with Wemby, they can get by with having Cornett as like the backup. Not saying he's bad, but, like, that's fine. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to do crazy comparisons here, but, like, having Nikola Jokic at center, DeAndre Jordan was his backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think Luke Cornett will be fine.
It was supposed to be Saric, and then Saric just, like, stopped being an NBA player for some reason. So Deion, like, all right, next up, I guess. No, I mean, I think Luke Cornett is actually a really good center, and no, it's not because I'm a Celtics fan. We saw what he did in the playoffs when Porzingis was down. I mean, he had a great playoff run this year. That's probably why he got the money he did, honestly.
Honestly, if he can just do exactly what they need him to do, get some boards, contest some shots, block some shots, perfect. A+. That's what they need him to do.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is Charles Bassey still on the roster? I'm trying to look at the roster here because I know he played a lot of minutes last year, especially after Wemby's injury. But
He's not.
yeah, I'm not seeing him anymore. I wonder where he went. Do we know where Charles Bassey went? Because I don't.
Probably Sacramento.
That sounds so on par. Where did he go? Yeah, I guess. So who is it? It's like, what is their rotation? It's Wemby, then Luke Cornett,
Olynyk.
Olynyk.
Didn't you say Olynyk was on the team?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Olynyk was on the team. He does play center, doesn't he? I always thought of him as more of a 4, but I guess he does play center. I guess he's 6'11".
He can come in.
Yeah.
He could come in and play center for 2 minutes. He shouldn't screw anything up that much, right?
Yeah.
I think he's on the summer league team, so he's probably in the G League right now.
I think Charles Bassey is actually on the Celtics right now. I think I remember them signing him, if I'm remembering right. Which is funny because him and Cornette just switched spots, but I do think Cornette.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's on the Celtics.
Cornette is the better player though, so the Spurs did upgrade. But yeah, I don't know. What's the deal with these guards in San Antonio, fellas? Because we got way too many guards going on here. I know Vassell can like technically play the 3, but he's really more of a 2. So you have Vassell, you have Harper, you have Stephon Castle. Now you have De'Aaron Fox. We did have Chris Paul, but thankfully Chris Paul left. So what exactly is the deal? Who's getting the minutes here?
Yeah. Like Chris Paul left, but then they drafted a point guard, so they're just back to square one essentially. I just really didn't like the Dylan Harper pick. I don't really see Dylan Harper as being a guy that's going to like take over like the point guard role for this team. That's why you traded for Fox, right? But like the way he played in college, his play style was like number one option. I'm the guy, I'm the scorer. That's not happening here. And just like his skill set and his size, I don't think he can be that player in the league. So if this dude can sit in a chair, play D, and create some offense, fine. If he can't do that at like a good to great level, then in a couple of years they might have to look to see what they can get for him, to be honest. Because I like Stephon Castle a lot. We know the guy can win. We know he can play. Like, I don't think they're going to move from him, but if you keep anybody, you keep him.
Yeah, I agree. It's just so weird. Like immediately after getting, like you go and get Fox. You have the breakout season from Castle, and you go and get a point guard. It's just so, it's so weird. Okay, hear me out. Can Stephon Castle not play point guard? Is that like a thing, Kevin? You know how he was in college better than anyone. What is the deal with Stephon Castle? Because he didn't get a lot of point guard minutes, obviously, on the Spurs. So, like,
in college, I want to say he played the 2, but like I see this guy bring the ball up and like control the offense sometimes. In today's NBA, the 1 and 2 are pretty much the same.
That's true.
They're pretty much similar. Like the Celtics kind of adopted like positionless basketball in a way a couple years back, along with the Warriors. Not really the Warriors. Everyone in the league is right now, they're either like a guard, a wing, or a big. Wing as in like forward too. They kind of fall in there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of, I feel like in a way that's kind of what the Spurs are going for. And like he could definitely play the 1. I think he's 100% capable. Mm-hmm. But they have De'Aaron Fox who can probably do it better.
Yeah. So is he like, man, it's just so, I really don't know how it's going to work. I assume they're just going to give him the, what's his name? Buddy on the Rock, Reed Shepherd. They're going to give him the Reed Shepherd treatment and just kind of bring him off the bench as a point guard instead of giving him development chances. this is Harper I'm referring to here. I don't know, man. It's a weird situation over there in San Antonio. It really is.
See,
It's kind of similar with Boston, where they had Derek White and Drew Holiday. Both of those guys can play the one, but both of those guys can also play the two.
Yeah.
So it's almost better. Like, you're not going to bring one of those guys off the bench to be the point guard because they can still play great together. And it's like Fox and Castle can play great together. So I hope they try that. I think they should. And I believe once the season comes around, that's what we're going to see.
he had a pretty decent showing in the summer league, but I think the reason why the Spurs ultimately went him over some of the other players that they had just had the number 2 pick, and with the stuff going with Ace Bailey, like him not wanting to work out with some teams and only requesting to play for, I think it was Wizards,
Brooklyn and Charlotte.
Yeah. So it was just like 3 teams that he really wanted to go to. And I feel like the Spurs are an organization that they're not just going to want to waste a draft pick, and especially have a guy who's not going to want to come into that culture. And I feel like the Spurs are a team that are big on culture, and Ace Bailey, I felt like wasn't that culture fit for them. And I think Dylan Harper fit that more than him and some of the other guys that they were looking at. So that's probably why they made that pick. And like you guys said, they could ultimately trade him or even someone else for him to either be better somewhere else or open up more opportunity for him to play if he develops better than some of the other guys on the Spurs.
Yeah, I can't believe Ace Bailey didn't want to go to San Antonio. I think that's so stupid.
It is. I think it's like crazy how privileged the athletes are now with just saying, oh, they don't want to play for this team or play for that team, when it is extremely a blessing to be even considered to be a top pick in the draft or even get drafted, and to just say flat out you don't want to play for these teams. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts. It is nuts.
He kind of fit what they needed to, like he's a forward, he can score, he's lanky, like he could have definitely fit in good there. But now he's on Utah. So it worked out great for you, dude. Good for you.
And a team he really didn't want to go to. But I also think there's a higher chance of him being a bust than Dylan Harper. And that just might be because Dylan Harper is the son of Ron Harper. And also his attitude coming in. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
I just meant, so Ace Bailey came into the draft, or before the draft, he was I felt like he was a little bit more hyped than Dylan Harper. But just going into the summer workouts or the team workouts and everything, and then just seeing his attitude coming out of those, requesting not to play for certain teams or not even working out. I think he didn't even work out for any of the teams. I just felt like that just shows your character almost a little bit and your dedication. And I just feel like that is why I feel like he would be a little bit more of a bust than Dylan Harper.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into Utah because, I don't think any of us know what is going on over there exactly. Shout out Cody Williams. Apparently, he had a good summer league. I was not watching Jazz summer league games, but
Kyle
shout out that
Filipowski,
guy.
too.
Yeah, Filipowski. After all the drama, shout out Filipowski. But, yeah, San Antonio, man. Let's. If I were ever an NBA prospect, and San Antonio said, hey, we might draft you, I think I would tell every other team, don't draft me. I would not tell the Charlotte Hornets to draft me. It's just so stupid. But let's move on. So we talked about the Spurs. Let's go over to the Mavericks next. Okay. Now, fellas, I'm high on the Mavericks. I think they're sleepers in the West, but let me hear what you think first.
I think we're all pretty high on the Mavericks. I feel like when people are kind of ranking Western Conference teams for next year, people aren't really considering them. Everyone's jumping to Denver, and is OKC going to repeat? Is Anthony Edwards finally going to do it. All that garbage. But, like, Dallas is still here. They had the number 1 pick after trading Luka, as we all know. AD should return healthy. Lively and Gafford only getting better. Still got PJ, still got Clay. The big question is, when the heck is Kyrie coming back? I know Kyrie was on stream a couple of weeks ago, and he basically said, like, I'm not coming back until I'm, like, 110%. Like, this is not anything that he wants to be rushed. Definitely not something that any of us want to be rushed either. I mean, he had a pretty gruesome injury for someone his age, on top of his previous injury history too. So there's such a question mark, man. I think they'll be good without him. They'll definitely be a top 6 to 7 team without Kyrie Irving in the lineup. But with him there, like, this team could be 100% be top 3 in the Western Conference with Kyrie Irving there and playing. Just when is this dude coming back?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see when Kyrie comes back, but I'm settling into the idea that they're going to be good even before that. And I think, we're all kind of in agreement they're going to be good before that, but like what's their ceiling? How good can they be? And I'm sure we've all seen the videos of Klay Thompson running around with Meg Thee Stallion and he's all smiley and happy and everything. But a lot of comments made a good point about like, oh, Klay's in a good mood, and Klay's still a superstar. Like I don't know if I would consider him among the best players still active in the NBA, but at one point he was really good, and I still think he can get back to that point. And so what I'm getting at is that like AD is still at that point too. Cooper Flagg's obviously, Cooper Flag. So I think this is an opportunity for basically everyone on the Mavericks to really come into their own and prove something to everyone. I don't know. I mean, I think, like I said, we're all pretty confident that the Mavericks will be good. It's just like how good in comparison to these other teams. My vote is they're going to be better than I think 90% of the West. Go ahead, Kevin.
I was going to say, I think you've brought up Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion more than Bleacher Report has in the past week or two. You love this relationship.
Did you see he just hit 72 threes? Did anyone see that video?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
72 straight. That was pretty wild.
I think
60 points on like 4 dribbles. This dude's done a lot.
I was scrolling through the Mavericks roster right now just to refresh all the moves they made, and I got jump scared by D'Angelo Russell. Forgot about that.
Oh my God, he is there. Oh, they're gonna suck.
Yeah, never mind. 7 seed.
7 seed with or without Kyrie.
7 seed without Kyrie. 9th seed with Kyrie because he'll have to prove himself. He'll have to prove why he should play, and that's going to inevitably lead to more losses.
This is definitely like a make or break situation, but to the highest degree to me, because like Klay Thompson's still recovering from an injury, in my opinion. And I don't know if it's not recovering, but he's still in the after stages of that injury. So is AD. So obviously Kyrie isn't even coming back yet. And I think like if even one thing goes wrong, it's just going to have a domino effect, and then everything is going to go wrong for that team.
Yeah, I'm just really hoping we don't see another scenario of like, oh, the Mavericks play tonight. Let's see what's left of them.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Oh, man.
I felt so bad.
Like, they almost had to forfeit games last year. The simple fact that everyone was hurt, and the previous year they were in the finals against Boston. So that's like worst case scenario. It can't get worse than that. We've seen the worst.
That's true.
Kyrie likely going to miss a lot of next season. If someone could fact check when his timetable for return is, that'd be great. Anthony Davis, don't forget, was in MVP talks last year, at the beginning of last year, before Shea and Jokic really ran away from it. He was there. I feel like AD is the king of being in MVP talks for the first like month and a half of the season. Am I tripping on that, or is he always in those conversations?
I feel like it's kind of just a victim of early on season. Everyone's just kind of hooping. Like Cam Thomas. Don't forget defensive player of the year too. He's always in that running and just never wins it.
Yeah,
But thinks he should. But
that is true.
I mean, as far as like Kyrie timetable, I personally have not seen anything on him like expected to return here, aiming for this return. I've not seen a single thing about it. Him and Tatum, I've seen nothing.
Ironically, the only thing I've seen is him on stream. He like live streams, and he said it was like don't count on it or don't put pressure on yourselves or something like that. Basically insinuating that like there's kind of a low chance. So I mean, he did get hurt at the end of the season, which sucks. So I don't doubt that he may not be back, but I mean that would just suck for the NBA in general, honestly.
They are saying January of 2026. And it says they're optimistic too.
Okay. That's good. That is good then. Speaking of a guy who's going to take a step next season, I'll cast my early vote for Max Christie, most improved player right now. Keep this in mind, fellas.
I was just about to bring him up and say that I feel like he's very forgotten right now with everything that's happened with the Mavericks.
He played really good for the Mavericks, like in his tenure.
Yeah,
he had a lot of good games this past season for them. So he could find himself a pretty big role here with Kyrie out. And hopefully if he plays well enough when Kyrie comes back, they're kind of able to balance that and keep it. Because I don't know who they're about to throw in that point guard to start.
Dude, I mean, right now it's saying D'Lo's going to be the projected starting point guard, but honestly, I would kind of like to see Max Christie start some games.
He's not a point guard, though.
You can throw him at point.
Yeah, but it won't. Is it efficient?
I wouldn't call.
They don't have.
Wouldn't call
anyone
D'Lo
else.
one either.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I don't see Max Christie being a guy who can initiate an offense, but at the same time, I don't see Jaden Hardy or D'Angelo Russell doing that either. So yeah, actually, Vic, I am kind of with you on that. I don't see why that would be a bad idea.
I feel like Max Christie too is out of those guys most likely to play within his role and do what he's supposed to, as opposed to just kind of going out there and doing whatever.
It's funny.
Jaden Hardy and D'Lo would do.
It's funny because you never have to worry about Max Christie doing too much because he's likely going to be guarding like one of the best players on the other end of the floor. So he's not even going to have the gas to even try things like that. But I don't know. That is going to be interesting. I mean, they do have Brandon Williams. He had a really good game last season. How much did he score? Was it like 30? He doesn't even have a contract next to his name because I don't even think he's signed fully right now. For guaranteed money. Yeah, I'm going through Brandon Williams' stats because I want to see. He had a great game last. Does anybody remember this, or am I tripping on this? I remember watching a game and he had like 30 points.
Honestly, when it got to the point when we were like, "What's left of Dallas?" I didn't really tune into a whole lot of games.
I mean, that's fair.
I did not.
Oh well. But yeah, I mean. I do think Brandon Williams can be like a rotation player, at least from the limited games I've seen. I've probably seen him play 3 times, but we were using this term serviceable earlier. I'll throw that in there for him. What's D'Lo averaging this season? There's the question.
Hopefully nothing.
Hopefully nothing.
I like D'Lo. He gets passed around from team to team for next to nothing, and he gets to hoop, and he still hoops. He doesn't just ride off into the sunset, and he can be an idiot sometimes, I guess, when he's on the floor. But overall, I like D'Lo.
Dare I say he's the Michael Jordan of Dennis Schroeder's? Fitting or no?
Yeah,
I'd rather take Schroeder.
Yeah, I would too.
I would way rather take Schroeder.
Yeah, 39% field goal last season, dude. That's bad on the Nets, bro. On the Nets, dang. I'm sorry, it was actually 37%. 39 is his career total or his full season total. But for the Nets, he was 37%. That's crazy. Just field goal.
My point. It's I don't know why they would get D'Lo. Do
Sub
they still have Martin?
sub 30% from three. Yeah, they traded. Remember the Grimes trade? They lost that one.
Yeah. I didn't know if they kept him or not this offseason.
Yeah, he still obviously can. I don't know if they like fully signed him yet or if he's even up for contract, but
he's barely gonna probably play. I mean, you got PJ Washington, you got Najee Marshall. Where's there room for Caleb Martin?
Cooper Flag as well.
Well, they're going to play him if they see Boston again in the finals.
Thank
That's
you
his
for
favorite
that.
team.
Yeah, but now he's on the Mavs, and we beat the Mavs, so it cancels out.
But they didn't have
Hopefully.
Caleb Martin.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can't argue with that. All right, let's talk Rockets. Fellas, we've talked about the Rockets before. They have Kevin Durant now. What is the ceiling for the Rockets this season?
Second seed.
Second seed. I think that's where we settled, wasn't it? I think we've asked that
Second
question
seed.
before.
I think me and Kevin said second, and then you and Daniel said third.
Yeah, that's probably where I'd sit. So my opinion hasn't changed then on that.
Same here. I was nervous about that. I was like, please tell me I didn't say they were second.
I mean, that's like I don't think they're gonna get the second seed. That's like the highest I think they can go is the second seed in the West.
Yeah.
Don't think they're gonna be better than OKC. They were the second seed last year. They brought back relatively the same squad, but added KD. Got rid of some sore thumbs, Jalen Green. But like, yeah, ceiling. I'm gonna say second seed for sure. I mean, we talked about it for a while, a couple weeks ago. Like,
Yeah.
their biggest issues addressed now. They have some type of offense going now. They won't have to start. They won't have to have Steven Adams, Amen Thompson, and what's Dummy's name?
Tari Eason.
Tari Eason. They won't have to have all three of those guys in the same lineup, just running in circles like idiots.
Here's the
They
question.
did that in a playoff game.
What is a that's so true. What is Reed Shepherd averaging next season? That's a better question. What's his role look like?
Minutes or points?
Both.
Okay, so Cam Whitmore's still there. So they have
No, he's
Fred.
not.
No, he's not. He's out.
What was the guard they kept?
Reed Shepherd.
So it's just Fred and Reed?
And Aaron Holiday.
Aaron Holiday.
And Aaron Holiday, yeah. Well, he's going to have to play. Now, I could probably see him kind of probably have to play at least 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. I think that's a good thing, but yeah, it is a little intimidating considering he barely played last season, but I'm going through the roster here. Yeah, it really is just Reed and Fred and Aaron Holiday. Like that's it. Unless you include Kevon Harris.
I don't like that. I don't like that point guard room they have, man. Like, I'm not a big fan. Reed's gonna have to pop off. I mean, he was the third pick. He did great in the summer league when he first got there. He was doing great in the G League too. But that's gonna have to translate.
You know what this roster is? This is the perfect situation for Tyus Jones to come here, and everyone says it was the best signing of the offseason just for him to do nothing for the team. I feel like that's the Tyus Jones trend, and this fits perfectly into that timeline for him.
Dude, yeah. They should have just signed Dame.
Every time Tyus Jones gets signed, they're like, this is the greatest pickup of the offseason. He completes whatever team he's on. And now this is the next one. Next one of the Infinity Stones in that.
Average 3 assists with 0 turnovers. Which is fine. But, yeah, I mean, as far as Houston, I'm still a little iffy on this team, but they can make noise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I agree. They're definitely gonna make no noise. I think I'm the lowest on this Texas team than any of the other ones. And I don't know why. Maybe it's the fact that I'm looking at Kevin Durant on this roster, and he just makes me biased towards it. But I don't know. In terms of their ceiling, like we were saying earlier, I do still see them being like third or fourth. But for whatever reason, I just see them having a lot of issues. I mean, I know that they've changed, obviously, their roster from last season and lost some guys. But like we talked about last episode or however many episodes ago, they still have pieces that could go together and perform well. It's just about how they fare up against the other teams in the West. I will say, out of all of, like, in my opinion, I think every Western Conference team is going to be obviously very deep in terms of their secondary, like, options for each position. But it's going to be like a razor thin margin for who has those better picks. And I think in this case with Houston, they're lacking a lot. They're not quite as deep as like Dallas is or San Antonio.
They do have Dorian Finney-Smith. Don't forget.
They do.
I just ran through the roster again, and I was like, oh, yeah, that did happen, didn't it? I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's probably one of the best signings of the offseason, no? I mean, they straight up stole that guy from the Lakers. I mean, he was really good for them. Great, probably the best 3-and-D player. I know for like 5 episodes, we had a tally of his three-point percentage, and then we stopped because we all knew that once someone gets to the Lakers, they forget how to play basketball, specifically how to shoot. But the dude never stopped. He never forgot like everyone else. So eventually, I just had to stop like bringing that up because I just look stupid every week when I was like, his percentage is actually the same. It didn't go down at all. So, the lights weren't too bright for him. I think it's funny though that he just dipped. He was like,
good for him.
He's like, that's enough.
No, like seriously, good for him. Like he got out of that crappy situation.
Yeah.
Like same thing with Clay too. Like when he was a free agent and it was like between like L.A. and Dallas. I thought for sure he was going to L.A. But then he kind of rickrolled all of us and went to Dallas, and everyone was like, he made the right decision. Don't go to the Lakers.
It's those property
There's nothing
taxes. Those property taxes, man.
That's probably what made him go back to Texas.
It's like there's nothing in L.A. So good on him for getting out, and good on Clay for not going there in the first place.
He's probably got a home out there too. I mean, he was in Dallas for a while.
You're talking about DFS?
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, that's true. I forgot he was on the Mavericks for a while. But yeah, all right. Final rank, 1 by 1. This upcoming season, where are the teams? And let me just start by this. Does anybody have something different than Rockets, Mavericks, Spurs?
Flip Rockets and Mavericks.
Oh, okay. So you said, where do you think they're finishing in the West specifically?
Mavericks?
All three.
I think San Antonio can finish like 6th, 5th. I think Dallas can finish as high as 3 and Houston at like 4, 5.
Okay. Who's going next?
I'll go next. I'm acting like there's like a gun to my head, like this is a big deal. I mean, to me, I feel like out of these teams, the one that's most likely going to fall at the bottom is Houston. Now I get that maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but yeah, I just see like Houston being around 5 or 6, but then that would imply that the Spurs just have a stellar season, which I think they could have. You know, they're obviously very short-staffed, is what I'll call it at the moment. But if they're at all to play at the level that we've expected the Spurs to play at for the last few years, I'm hoping they'll be closer to around 4, and then or like 3 or 4, and then Mavericks, I'm gonna put them as high as 2, maybe 3.
Without Kyrie for half the season. Okay. I don't think it's a bad take. Vic, what about you?
I had Rockets number 1, Mavericks 2, and then Spurs 3. As far as Rockets, I think the highest they'll finish. I changed my answer to, I think, 3rd seed. Mavericks, I think the highest they'll get is 5th. And then Spurs, I think the highest that I could see them getting is 8th.
Dang. Who's beating them in the West? Like
The
that?
Spurs?
Because I mean, there's OKC, there's Denver, there's the Timberwolves, so that's 3 teams. Then the rest are Suns, Jazz, Blazers, Warriors,
Clippers.
Clippers. Yeah, I guess it does depend where you see the Clippers. Pelicans, Grizzlies. There's a lot of dumpster fire. I'm looking at the West right now. Is it as competitive as we think it is?
Remember what I said? Like one thing this when the finals ended, one thing this postseason proves is that the West was a little overrated.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I think it's not about like the West being structured like from 1 to 12, or sorry, from 1 to 10, like every single team is strong, but those first like 4 or 5 teams are like ridiculously strong. I think that's why we still kind of say the West is competitive more so than the East, because the East got like 3 teams I would say that are like powerhouses in a way that like could go up against anyone. Say it again.
I would say it's more 2. But next season it's only going to be the Cavs, really.
Yeah. No, you're right, because there is a lot of injuries in Boston.
No Knicks? What about the Knicks?
Oh, I forgot about the Knicks.
That was the other team that I was thinking of. I was thinking of Knicks, Boston.
No, you weren't.
I swear to God, on everything I love, I was thinking of Knicks, Boston. I forgot about Cavs, but yeah, you're right. Like on the Western side of things, you still have Nuggets, OKC, all of the Texas teams, as well as the LA teams too. That one of them's not doing so well, I guess, but yeah, I mean,
yeah. My take is probably going to be, I'm going to go the Rockets will probably finish 3. I think that the Mavs will probably finish 4th right behind them and be a surprise team, and the Spurs will finish 6th, is what I would say. That might have been close to you, Kevin. I don't quite remember your guess or your pick, but roughly. All right, let's transition. We've talked about our Texas teams. Let's throw it over to Victor to do the interactive segment of the episode. Feel free to play along at home. I'll let Victor introduce it.
So today I got NBA players and their former tweets on Twitter, and I'm going to need you guys to blind rank them.
How many you got? 5?
Yeah, I got 5.
This should be fun.
I need you guys to blind rank these NBA player tweets. I'm trying Jennifer, CJ McCollum.
5.
I'm trying Jennifer.
It's probably
it's
probably a funny line from something that I don't know.
A lady like tweeted at him for like playing bad, and he was like, "I'm trying Jennifer."
Ah, yeah. No, that context I do remember now.
It's actually really funny. I'd maybe put that at like 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
3.
I like 3.
I forgot the context of that. Yeah, I spoke too
The context makes it really funny.
Got to be number 3.
Next, we got DeMarcus Cousins replying back to someone. Someone tweeted at him and was like, "Love DeMarcus. Hope he's on the Kings for a long time, but he's got to stop complaining." And DeMarcus Cousins said, "Let me abuse you for 48 minutes and let's see how you handle it."
5. DeMarcus Cousins, emotional. I'll say that.
I do get that reference too. I don't know how many people will, but 5. I agree with 5.
What's the reference?
He was on like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon where they were like reading mean tweets, and someone said DeMarcus Cousins is an emotional lesbian.
Oh, you were referring to my reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't say the second part. But yeah. That's
I'm
what
glad
I
you
was.
explained it because I remembered that, but I didn't
Yeah.
catch the reference.
I said it during our meeting the other day, so it was fresh in my mind.
Yeah, 5.
The next one is I'm really done with America, bro. I'm moving to Hawaii ASAP. Hassan Whiteside.
It's
I
so
do
on
remember
par.
that.
It's so
It's so-
on par.
It's just so like that's so bad.
Was he? Do you
That's
think he was
bad.
kidding intentionally though? I feel like he was being
No, that doesn't.
being sarcastic. On
So
purpose.
So saying it as like a joke, like I'm gonna move out the country. America sucks right now. But he did genuinely probably believe that Hawaii is not like a state because a lot of people do forget that. I remember seeing something that like people in Hawaii get like frustrated because they'll ask people that come for vacation. They'll be like, "Where are you from?" And they'll be like, "America." And they'll be like, "Hey, idiot, guess where you still are."
That's funny.
So I'd probably put that at, dude, that's bad. That's really bad.
I'm gonna go 4 on that.
I like
It's pretty
4.
funny.
I think it's only funny because it's Hassan Whiteside. Like that's what makes it funny to me. Is the fact that it's like he's. I just always think about that video of him running in circles around the Blazers locker room, and someone's doing the he's running after it. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
good.
I like this one at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will let our GMLB family in on a little secret or a little tidbit fact. I did once accidentally say I would move to Alaska to move out of the U.S. And the context would make it worse because I was like, yeah, I'd probably like traverse through Canada and then make my way up north into Alaska. And they were like, so you just end up back in the United States. And I was like, crap.
That's funny.
I knew it. Just I don't know. It was bad. Yeah.
Not surprised. Next tweet, Vic.
The next tweet is I don't want to be here, Eric Bledsoe.
That's 1.
That's number 1.
No, that's 1.
That's number
gotta
1.
be 1.
That's so good.
Dude.
Dude, he had the NBA reaching out to him because they thought something horrible was gonna happen.
Dude,
And he was just talking about whatever team he was on.
if there was like a not even just a tweet from an NBA player, not even just a tweet in general, but like a meme that I've sent out more than anything else to people in group chats, it's that. It's got to be that. Like that one is in my camera roll, probably in my favorites because I use it that much.
Dude, yeah, that's a really good one.
It reminds me of that Tim Robinson show where he's in the hot dog suit and he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Or no, he's in an old man costume. That's what it was. He's in an old man costume and he's like covered in makeup and he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, number 1 for sure. For me too.
And number 2, consensus.
With your guys' last spot open at number 2, you had I'm thinking Hooters tonight with the fellas, Devin Booker.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
That
not bad.
Hooters,
Hooters tonight.
dude, the Hooters tweets were incredible when they were coming out.
I've never heard that one. That's funny.
Like the pictures of him and Katie at Hooters with like the hashtag Save Hooters. Dude, that was
Oh,
an
yeah.
incredible run. I actually talked about that the other day with my brother because we passed a Hooters. I was all boarded up. We started talking about Katie and Booker and their Hooters run. So I'm cool with that at 2.
That was AI.
I must have missed this time in history because I don't remember all of this, any of this.
It was AI. Kevin Love posted it on his Instagram.
Oh,
That was AI?
Yeah, bro.
Wait, the Hooters stuff wasn't actually legit?
Well, the Hooters is going bankrupt. They're gonna be gone. But the Kevin Durant and
Oh, that was not real? Dude, I didn't
Kevin
even
Durant
know
and Devin
that.
Booker was AI.
I did not know that. That's funny that it was Kevin Love, too, because he's funny, dude. I did
Kevin
not know that was
Oh.
AI.
He's merciless on Instagram with AI too. Like I think that's not the only one that he's done. What was the other funny Kevin Love AI meme that he did?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he trolled Angel Reese, if that's what you're talking about.
And maybe we'll leave that. We'll let that one go. We'll leave that one alone.
I'm not. Yeah, just lean in.
I guess it is kind of hard to believe that they're both wearing Hooters shirts, eating wings.
I was gonna say, bro, I missed this.
Wait. I need to look up the picture.
Is this really fake? Katie had it on his story. Not saying that makes it real.
It was fake.
Dang.
Oh yeah, this is fake. This is fake.
I guess I never looked too deep into it.
That's funny though.
That's funny.
They're both in like merch. They're both in merchandising for Adidas.
Oh man. Yeah, that's funny. Dang.
Please don't go.
I'm thinking
At-
Hooters
at
tonight
Hooters.
with the fellas. Please don't go. Yeah, the tweets were real, but I guess the picture was AI generated. Okay. I didn't know that. That's interesting. That was good insight for me at least. Dang. All right, so what's our final list?
What was number? Yeah. Go through the list.
Your final list was DeMarcus Cousins, let me abuse you for 48 minutes and see how you like it at 5. 4, you had I'm really done with America, bro. I'm moving to Hawaii ASAP, Hassan Whiteside. 3, you had I'm trying Jennifer, CJ McCollum. And then number 2, you had I'm thinking Hooters tonight with the fellas, Devin Booker. And number 1, you had I don't want to be here, Eric Bledsoe.
I don't want to be here is a classic, dude. It is a classic. It might be like the best NBA player tweet ever. It is just so funny, dude.
Bledsoe's was funny too.
I don't want to be here. Oh man. All right. Well, GMLB family, we've been going for a little while here. This is going to wrap it up. If you want to watch the full podcast, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. If you want to watch our short form content and interactive posts, sorry, a little that bubbler's getting to me. And watch some of our interactive content. We are on Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, and TikTok. If you want to email the show, email at gmlbfans@gmail.com. That is our line. We read all emails on the show. I am butchering this outro, but we're going to get out of here. GMLB family, we'll see you next time. With that being said, peace.